Welcome people over on YouTube. I hope you're all having a wonderful and fantastic day. Welcome to another video about how to level up in Phasmophobia. This video will be for those of you who want to level up quickly in Phasmo, but just a disclaimer, this video will be for those who knows a little bit more about Phasmophobia than those of you who are maybe starting out, but I still think that you guys can do it. The way that we're going to do our level up runs is we're going to use a preset difficulty over here. What this difficulty is basically 0 sanity and 0 evidence, which means that you're gonna have to use your knowledge about Phasmo, of like how fast certain ghosts can be, how slow certain ghosts can be, just like a general ghost behavior during hunts. So the way that you want to play this is you want to go into the house, you want to get the ghost to hunt you, you want to go to your nearest looping spot and you want to loop the ghost around the table, and you want to see if you can identify the ghost within one hunt. Then whether you know what the ghost is or not, you go outside of the house afterwards and you just guess what the ghost is and you begin your next run. Now, this level up runs, if you get the ghost correctly, you'll get around like 2,000, 3,000 XP, which may not seem like a lot, but you will spend like 1 minute or 2 minutes tops if you are lucky, and that is basically how you're going to be leveling up. Only items that you want in this level up runs, the most important is smudge sticks and a lighter. That's basically all you want, is a smudge stick and an igniter. You can take like a crucifix with you, because with this difficulty that I have here, those of you who wants to copy it, I'm going to scroll past it over here. If you want to pause the stream or pause the music, let me just scroll from top to bottom. There's that, and there's a contract. You can also take like some salt with you. You can leave a photo camera. You can take a photo camera with you if you want to try and take a photo of the ghost during the hunt, but I don't recommend this for new players. You can take salt with you and place it around your looping spot to see if it is a wraith or not. I personally will take in a crucifix, because a crucifix will prevent the ghost from hunting on top of me. As I am playing on 0 grace period, the ghost has the ability to instantly kill me if it hunts on top of me, so just do take that in mind. I'd recommend you to play on Willow Street House for this difficulty. Reason being is because the nearest looping spot is basically in the kitchen, or you can loop the ghost around the couch here, but I recommend the kitchen, and I'll show you how to loop the ghost in this difficulty as well, so do stay tuned for that. All right, so we are in the game over here. Just gonna open the truck. I'm going to be taking with me a crucifix, salt, and incense. If you're playing on 0 grace period, you can leave the crucifix and just take a candle with you. But seeing as I'm playing on 0 grace period, I'm going to take a crucifix with me, because the ghost might kill me. It might be like a wraith or something and insta-kill me. So yeah. So let's go in. Most important thing about this difficulty is that the lights is on as soon as you go into the house. So I'm going to stand here ready with my crucifix, place the crucifix down, place some salt down over here to see if it's a wraith. We're going to try and loop the ghost. We're gonna pull out our smudge stick. We're gonna wait for the ghost to hunt, and we're going to see what it is. For those of you that does not know about like how to identify ghosts based off of behaviors and stuff, I highly recommend you looking at the Phasmophobia wiki page about like how to hunt, what ghosts have what abilities and stuff like that, or behaviors. Also, there's ghost switch off my breaker, which is not very nice. When the ghost switches off your breaker, I would just recommend like restarting your game, because yeah, what I'm doing is a big risk here right now. I hope the ghost is not gonna hunt me. Ghost is not hunting. Okay, the ghost is hunting now. So yeah, just go to the Phasmophobia wiki page if you are not sure about how to identify some ghosts based off their behaviors, or just watch streams and ask questions and things like that. So here we go. Here comes the ghost. If you're looping the ghost, it's very important to crouch and to sometimes just press your B button so the ghost does not speed up, because when the ghost sees you, it will instantly start speeding up, and you don't really want to have that. Also, look how the ghost came around the table. The ghost did not step in the salt, so it's gonna be a wraith, because a wraith does not step in the salt. So yeah, but there we go. There we had a wraith, and we got $2,700 and experience, and we spent like 2 minutes, and that was because we also had to go switch on the breakers. So we did waste like an extra minute there, but the ghost didn't hunt anyway. So this is also why it's important to take a crucifix with you if you're playing on 0 grace period, because a wraith is a ghost that teleports to your location every now and then. It can start a hunt on top of your position. So yeah, if it spawned on top of me and hunted me, it would have instantly have killed me if it was 0 grace period. So there we go, we had a wraith. Now you want to start a new game as soon as possible. To make it worth it, leveling up this way is just to instantly, like, you know, start a new game. If you know what the ghost is, like after the hunt, you just go out, start a new game, and just, yeah, time efficiency. Time efficiency is the most important thing. When playing on this kind of difficulty to level up. You just have to be as quick as possible, because the quicker you are, the more money you're gonna make, basically. Time is money. The ghost is coming. You want to always be crouched around this table and press your B button to lure the ghost to your location. Hopefully you don't have a child ghost model like I had last game. Oh goodness, ghost is here. Here we go, ghost is here. We can see him. The ghost comes around the table, but it does not speed up because it doesn't see us. So we're looking for like Oni blinks. It doesn't look like an Oni. It doesn't look like it's shape-shifting, so no Abake. It did step in the salt. It didn't throw a lot of things. So we can ride out some ghosts over here. It was not a Wraith, step in salt, not a Phantom. It didn't blink enough. Not an Oni. Not a... Well, it could actually be a Djinn. I didn't really do a Djinn test. But not a Poltergeist, not a Fast Ghost. Not a Obake, not a Hunter, not a Revenant, not a Twin. It actually can be a Raichu still. Could be a Shade. Now there is some ghosts in this difficulty which you can't identify, and I'm going to show you in just a second after we have done like guessing what the ghost is. I'm just gonna guess this is like a, I don't know, let's guess this is just a Yurei or a Goryo. Goryo is my most my ghost that I get the most over there. We just had the Butcher ghost model as well. So there we go, Goryo. Let's have a look. And it was a demon, which is one of the ghosts that you can't identify in this way of leveling up. So there will be some ghosts that you can't identify when leveling up with this difficulty or customizer. And that is Spirit, Banshee, Mare, Shade, Yurei, Demon, Oreo, Onryo. You can identify a Myling just by the footsteps, if you're lucky. You can identify a Raichu. You can identify a Bake to see if it transforms. Mimic is one you can't figure out. Thai you can figure out, Diogen you can figure out, and Moroi you can figure out. So all of these ghosts that I just wrote out here, you can't identify these ghosts with the difficulty. If you don't know what the ghost is, if you don't know what the behavior is, if it's just like a bland normal ghost, basically just normal speed and doesn't have anything special about the speed or line of sight or whatever, then you can just guess one of these ghosts that I just wrote out here and you might stand a chance to win it. Now you can play on other maps if you also would like to, like Tanglewood is probably the next best map to do this difficulty on. You can play on every single map this difficulty, but I don't recommend it. I recommend to only do this on Willow Street House. It will be the most time efficient. You can do, like I say, on Tanglewood. Let's do a run on Tanglewood real quick. Then I can show you guys how you do the run on Tanglewood. So we can grab a crucifix, salt, smudge stick, candle. Not candle, the lighter. We're going to head into this map here, and we're immediately going to make our way towards the kitchen. There is a chance the ghost is going to hunt us before we actually get to the kitchen. And if that happens, that's going to be very poopy. I'll just do another hunt. I recommend just like waiting for another hunt when the ghost does that. We're going to put down the crucifix, place some salt down, and we're going to wait for the ghost to hunt. Alright, ghost is hunting, so we listen to the speed of the ghost. Try to lure the ghost. It's not a yokai. It is a crawling ghost. Not... Ah! No, never mind. It's just a child. Ah! Okay, so we're going to smudge the ghost there. That scared me. Oh boy. Okay, so there is certain ghost models in this game that is just very difficult to loop, yeah, and that is the child. The child is one of the ghosts that are just very poopy to loop, and yeah, if you have the child ghost model, You can also try to just, you know, exit your game and try to reload it. But if you have the balls to try and loop it, then by all means go for it. I'm going to guess this is twins, because for me personally the ghost just sounded a little bit slower, but I'm not sure. If you know what the ghost is, or if you don't know what the ghost is, just guess the ghost and immediately get on to the next map. This was a Raichu. I didn't really have electronics to try and test for a Raichu. So just immediately, we're gonna restart this game over here and go into it. Make sure that the crucifix is in your hand. Immediately go to your looping spot. And yeah, just remember, when you're looping the ghost over here, be sure to crouch. And if you want the ghost to like follow you, you can either click your B button or just quickly show yourself, like crouch and uncrouch, or uncrouch and crouch to let the ghost see you. I don't recommend doing that though, because the ghost will like speed up the longer it sees you. So if it sees you, it will like maybe speed up a little bit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we have a crucifix. If we did not have a crucifix here, the ghost would possibly have insta-killed me. So it tells me that the ghost is probably going to be here in this room. So we have one of two things or three things to do. We can either move, or we can just hope that this was a teleportation ghost and is going to roam away now. Or we're gonna hope, well, if it uses the second charge of the crucifix, we're going to go to the garage. If we go to the garage, we just loop the ghost over there. Hopefully it isn't a teleportation ghost or a stalking ghost, because that will instantly kill us. There we go, ghost is hunting. The ghost stepped in salt, so it's not a wraith. Also normal speed ghost, by the way. It does throw a lot of things, but I wouldn't say it is like a poltergeist or something like that. This could actually be a yokai. No, it really is throwing things like quite wildly. Not a djinn, that's for sure. The ghost was either just in the dining room, so I'm not sure if this could be like a teleportation or a stalking ghost. It most certainly was not a wraith, not a phantom, and it was a poltergeist. I should have gone with my gut, man. Since the new update of Phasmo, where they made it so that the ghost can like levitate items and like, you know, throw items, it has become a bit harder to identify a poltergeist with throws and stuff. Don't know, could just be me. Maybe it isn't like that, but yeah, that was a poltergeist. So yeah, this is essentially how you do the runs. You go in, get the ghost to hunt you, try and identify the ghost based off its behavior. Once again, if you're not familiar with how to identify a ghost based off of a hunt, I recommend just playing the game, getting like used to the behavior, or just like, you know, watch some tutorial videos, which I will possibly also like think about making over the span of over a span of time. You know, I've had this happen before, like where I just wait a day. Also, we have a Diogen, thank goodness. This is a ghost anybody can identify. Diogen will always be super quick when it is far away from you. It always knows where your location is, by the way. Do not hide from this ghost. The closer it gets to you, the slower it will be. So yeah, that is a Diogen over there. Oh yeah, look at that. 1 minute and we got the ghost. Easy. You can only run 2 games like Repo, What, and just some silly games at the moment. You would be afraid if you played something that requires more things, then it would explode. Oh, ghost is here, by the way. What the hell? This ghost is a little bit faster than normal speed, so I would like guess. Let's smudge it. This is definitely a Moroi, and nobody can tell me otherwise. That ghost was definitely not slow for 5 seconds. It was slow for 7.5, and nobody can tell me no. That has to be a Moroi. That has to be a Moroi. The best place to start practicing to loop is if you, let's say, if you take like an electronic, crucifix in this case, take an electronic with you and just crouch at the kitchen table or at the kitchen table in Tanglewood. So place that down. We don't have a salt here, so we're just going to keep this on. We're gonna keep this in our hand. We're gonna wait for the ghost to come to us. Let's do a yoke at this while we're at it. Okay, so this is clearly another child ghost. So you just crouch, stay crouched, and loop like this. Have the electronic in your hand. That is how you can loop the ghost. That's how you should loop the ghost if you're a new person. If you're new at looping ghosts in Phasmo, I recommend looping them like that. Just keep electronic in your hand. It could also be a torch if you don't like the sounds the whole time. You can also use your torch to do that. So that is essentially how you play this difficulty. Once again, if you don't know how to identify ghosts, either watch some YouTube tutorials or read the Phasmophobia wiki page. That's a very good way of learning the game, of improving. And if you're also unfamiliar or too scared to loop ghosts, now this is something I'm going to say to those of you who can't loop ghosts. Like anything in life, practice makes perfect. If you only just practice looping the ghost, then you will get better at it eventually. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Even if you have any questions about Phasmophobia, please feel free to comment down in the comments. I will respond to you as soon as I can, and I will let you know, give you an answer on your question. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastic day. Bye-bye.